biggest realization I had was that I wanted to make so much money. And what I learned from that was that all that brought to me was ego deaths that I experienced this year. Lessons of 2024, the wins, the challenges, the hardships, the lessons, and I really want to bring forward such truth and vulnerability of what I have experienced this year and how this is going to, again, dictate the momentum going into 2025. And I'm going to take you guys through specifics on what I've learned and why this is applicable for you guys, more importantly, so that you guys can have an amazing end of 2024 or also see it as a blessing, and how you need to step into your new version for 2025. Lessons of 2024, the wins, the challenges, the hardships, the lessons, and I really want to bring forward such truth and vulnerability of what I have experienced this year and how this is going to, again, dictate the momentum going into 2025. Hello, everyone. I have not done a solo episode for a very long time. This is your gal, Tamara Maya, on Keys to the Queendom, episode 118, I think. I'm going to have to check that before I post this. But hey, we're back with solo episodes, and I really want to bring forward this openness, this vulnerability, because you know what? What I thought this year was going to be like versus what I have experienced, what I've learned, what I've gained, the hardships, the growth, I honestly did not foresee any of it. And I'm going to take you guys through specifics on what I've learned and why this is applicable for you guys, more importantly, so that you guys can have an amazing end of 2024 or also see it as a blessing, and how you need to step into your new version for 2025. And also, if you're new to listening to my podcast, this is your opportunity to share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you want to come into my world, we have a rebrand of Empire School, born to help legacies being built or building a legacy as well. And we're really stepping into owning, working with business owners and coaches who are meant for more. And if you are right now really ready to fast track your growth for 2025, you're sick of playing small, and you really are here to build wealth, freedom, and impact, then this is your sign for you to jump on a call with me where we can look at if this is the right next step for you. So this year, the biggest realization I had was that I wanted to make so much money. And what I learned from that was that all that brought to me was the ego deaths that I experienced this year. My beautiful partner, Jordan, decided to quit his job, and that was at the start of the year. And we went full in with, let's just figure this out. Let's do this. And the biggest piece to that decision was we learned more about ourselves individually as well as a couple. And it has brought forward so many of my internal wounds growing up, the pain and the discomfort and the avoidance that I felt of not doing the actual work. And it hit me in the face. Me and Jordan both were like, wow. We literally had lunch the other day and we were like, wow, we're still alive. We're still here. We're still together. And the biggest lesson for 2024 is the relationship with self, and also my relationship with Jordan, and how our relationship in business and in our intimate relation can really dictate, honestly, everything. Everything was a mirror. We were fighting about all of the things where we were feeling unsafe, unseen, and heard. And we've realized now that how we get to build this beautiful business together, and also our relationship, is when we come together open with our hearts completely wide, saying, I've got you, you've got me. We're in this big word right now, together. Because all I was doing was saying this is my business, my money, my company, when me and Jordan realized there was this conflicting value of it becoming a partnership. And we've been navigating through that. And I can tell you now, we have almost broken up a beat at least 10 times this year. Why am I sharing this with you guys? Because we, one, realized how the relationship with self and our own relationships can also be a mirror of how that can be playing out in our businesses. So not only were we now really navigating through the the work within, we started to understand why the more we work on our own wounds from our past and also the things that come up now, it can also make us become the force of what we are and who we get to be.
Queen, how often have you said, I spent my whole life studying, I've been to school my whole life, and I've actually learned nothing that teaches me the tools and strategies to build a successful business in the outside world. You've probably spent thousands of dollars on courses, or you've heard fake news from business gurus. Well, I'm here to give this incredible news to everyone here right now that this is Queenstream University. Get out of debt and actually start making money in the online space, knowing and having the foundations to build a successful business. Now, I'm talking because I have gone through the trenches. I have been a fitness coach, built my online business as a pro athlete, and now I am a business coach. You'll go from having absolutely no idea what your business is through, in the 8 weeks, learn the foundations of knowing what your purpose is, your vision and mission, and also understanding your business values with the execution to know what that business is. You'll also learn branding, social media, content strategy, marketing, and more importantly, how to sell. With Queenstream University, it'll cut out the bullshit and remove all the fluff and get you working specifically on your business so you can execute this in 8 weeks to get ready to launch. I wanted you to have something where you get to access something straight away, where you get to fast track your growth, as well as remove any doubt, any overwhelming sensation or stress, or the question that everyone seems to ask, where do I begin? With Queenstream University, you'll be able to build wealth, freedom, and at the end of the day, be an entrepreneur and be able to say, I have finally built my own thing, my own business, and I've stopped making money for someone else, and I'm now making money for my own empire. Queenstream University.
And so when I had my event in Gold Coast, I opened up with, this has been the hardest year of my life. This has been the hardest year in business, the hardest year in my relationship, and also with Jordan. But I'm standing here right now letting you guys know we didn't give up, because we realized our love is greater than anything, but also the business gets to come from a place of love as well. Which brings me to my second lesson for 2025, was also backing myself, and standing up for myself in terms of so many things. When you commit to playing big and you commit to building a company, that brings again another level of layers that the universe goes, well, I'm going to chuck in all of these hardships, all of these problems for you to start to realize that this is coming up because you're either accepting something or you're not, you're avoiding something that you're not choosing to work on. And that was my self-worth. That was me being a leader. That was me learning to say no, learning to have a fork on the ground saying, this is what the expectations are working with us. This is what you have to do. This is your responsibility. And I'm going to guide you to building that business together. But it is actually your responsibility to do the work. And I have learned there is so much power in no and being firm, especially if you are a leader. And so my way of reacting became a way of realizing the triggers that I was feeling was all great opportunities for me to learn and express. So this is my question for you guys. When you think about you as a leader and you're owning yourself and standing up for yourself, what does that look like? And where do you feel like you've been short with that? Where have you pretended you were putting yourself first, but in relation to that, you weren't truly embodying that leadership person where you get to go, wow, I now sort of see how everything has played out for myself, and all I was doing was not putting myself first. So again, why is this relatable to you guys? And for you to step into 2025, what I spoke about, that ego death, is we have to let go of our identities of who we thought we were in order for us to become the next level of ascension and up-leveling for us to hold and to have that capacity to be a leader, right? Which brings me to, again, the third big lesson. And this has only been a recent lesson that I've navigated through. And a massive shout out to Steph Gorton, who jumped onto Queendom Mastermind and brought forward the next level of growth comes when you accept this big piece right now. The needing to be liked. I thought in order for me to build a business, I had to constantly show my clients the need to love me, the need to see that I can do everything for them. When really, in order for us to really own who we are, it's being okay not to be liked. It's being okay to, when people come to us and say we want to break contract or we want to not pay because of certain things, to say that again is not good enough because you've committed to being in our space. You've committed to being in our world. And there is a big thing where you can be a friend to a client or friendly, but still be standing your ground to say no, to say, you know what, I'm now stepping to becoming a business owner, not your friend. And we're running a company, so we are going to treat it like a company. How great of a lesson, especially when you're about to hit those bigger months in revenue. You know, we're at 50 something clients now, and there's going to be another level of growth when we get to the 100th mark, of knowing fully aware that it's not going to be something that we have to be better at holding 100 people. It's how we get to be better, to delegate, to be setting boundaries, but also speaking truth from the very beginning. And that's been another big lesson that I want to share with you guys. You know, how have you people pleased with your clients? What do you need to let go of in order for you to go into 2025 being able to stand your ground, knowing full well that there's going to be people wanting to work with you, and when they get to work with you, that you are there to be their fucking mentor, not a friend.
Hey, beautiful kings and queens, are you right now in a space where you're ready to take action and build your business, yet you struggle where to begin? You're feeling stuck and overwhelmed with all the things you need to do when it comes to building a business. Build the business of your dreams in the online space and be in the arena of all the incredible, great humans out there that are building 7 to 8 figure businesses. Now, the foundations that I truly believe in that you are going to learn through this membership is sales, marketing, content creation, social media, money mindset, and of course, branding. Now, all of this will be accessible for you to be learning what is currently hot right now in the market and how you can create your own business and build a successful business in the online space. All you have to do right now is DM Empire in my Instagram or email myself and my team, and we will get the ball rolling so you can have your empire and start making moves in the online space.
And that was a massive change for me this year, where loyalty was a massive thing around allowing people to come into my world, but also seeing the people that were truly committed in our community and also committed to doing the work, which a lot of people say they are, but in actual fact aren't, which is, again, a big lesson we've recently experienced. And the biggest thing that I'm leading into now, which has been a really great thing to navigate through coming to the end of this year, is the lesson of hiring, hiring for specific roles. You know, my beautiful partner started in admin and customer service and handling our virtual assistants. No wonder we were fighting. He wasn't in his zone of genius, and it was taking me away from being a coach, but also taking away from me being his partner. So we've had the absolute pleasure of now hiring a Queendom client who has become now my customer service manager and assistant, the beautiful Steph, who I'm so grateful for, to call family and a friend, and also being part of TMC. We've now seen everyone's roles really bring forward. We now have a support coach, Laurie, who helps our clients with neuro-linguistic programming, where they get to dissolve limiting beliefs and bring forward a higher self. Jordan is now in my finance role and doing advertising. He is honestly the best when it comes to advertising and copywriting. He is the backhand man, and that has come from us learning to see his zone of genius and also his not zone of genius, right? And again, we've got our Aileen, who is Garnet graphics and videography, you know, and then putting all of us combined, we have now started to see this beautiful team be built based on delegating and outsourcing to what we aren't strong at, right? So I think, again, the great message behind that is, like, have you started to look at where your zone of genius is in your business and where you need to start hiring and delegating and outsourcing? Biggest thing, we're now automating so many things as well, because I want to grow globally and I can't be at the forefront forever. My job is to coach and sell And that's what I love, plus speaking on stage, which is my biggest dream. And what I really want to bring forward, the last piece of the lessons of 2024 and why this is important for me to bring forward, is realigning with my values and what authenticity means. I have recently I'm recently working with a kinesiologist who made me realize that there was shame of part of me that I was still holding of who I was and how I was portraying myself online as an authentic leader. And this is a big thing I want you guys to know. My authenticity is accepting all parts of myself. Yet unconsciously, I wasn't aware that there were still parts of me that I was embarrassed about, ashamed about, and combining the two worlds of who I am with my friends and my partner and who I get to be as a leader, bringing that together and owning that and accepting that wholeheartedly. And that has been the biggest lesson that's helped us shift and grow even more, knowing that now I get to be who I am online, offline, so that you guys can see all parts of me. So this short podcast is a reminder of owning who you are, of knowing that maybe there's been some hardships in 2024 where you know that there's stuff that you had to work on, within yourself, in your clients' dynamics, your relationship dynamic, all of it. But how amazing is it now that we can do this together, owning that this doesn't mean we're stopping for 2024. We're now creating the momentum and shift in perspective of now I get to kill or have the death of my ego, and I now get to step into who I want to become for 2025, and that begins today. So this is your reminder right now of asking yourself, what does that look like for you? Who do you need to become? And what can I support you with when it comes to stepping into your empire where you are born to build a legacy? My name is Tamara Meyer. I hope this episode has landed for you. And I would love for you guys to share your thoughts, your feelings, share screen or take a photo of this episode, share it online, because more people deserve to hear this and more people get to build an empire from a place of love, impact, and meaning. Thank you so much.
Others for playing big today with authenticity, because here is the thing. It's not about being perfect on stage, perfectly put together, which is important, yes. It's about being who you are. What if right now, because of today, in a year's time, you could look back and go, I did that scary thing. And that's a year from now where you went and made that decision. I'm going all in, committed to doing the work. I'm committed because this is so much more than me. It's not about me anymore.